Well, the Knicks are not going to go undefeated in the preseason. They fall to the Wizards 120-103 here at Madison Square Garden. I'm Dexter Henry, Stefan Bondy. Steph, I think you're a little bummed that the Knicks are not undefeated in the preseason, right?
Heartbroken.
Heartbroken, just a heartbreaker. They will not go undefeated. They have their first loss here tonight. But this was a game where we saw the starters not play in this one. We saw the reserves play. So it was a good opportunity for the reserves to get a chance to show what they could do. But they didn't look so good, right?
No, definitely not in the first half. They gave up 75 points, and defensively, it was a rough go about. I mean, the Washington Wizards, who obviously are not a very good team, they were sitting some of their guys as well. They had just a glut of open three-pointers, and they buried them. Now, I will say that the third stringers, when they did come in the second half, they played better. But if you're looking at the second stringers, the guys who started the game, I thought Bondy really struggled. He continues to show that he's more of a project, still only 20 years old. And Gershon Yabusele, who played center, I thought also didn't play as well as he could have. Now, granted, he was not expecting to play center. Ariel Hukporty was supposed to take that spot as the starter, but he was ill. So Gershon stepped in there, and I think the Knicks were outscored by 33 points in his minutes.
Yeah, not good. There were a lot of players with minus. The entire starting five was at least minus 21. So not a good night for the Knicks reserves who started here today. Now, when you see this, Steph, and this opportunity for the reserves to play, I think a lot of fans are going to look at the final roster spot here. And obviously we're talking about Malcolm Brogdon. Landry Shamet didn't play due to illness. You could probably throw Garrison Matthews' name in there as well. We saw Matthews. We saw Brogdon play tonight. What are you hearing about who is the inside track for that final guaranteed roster spot?
Yeah, so I don't have anything new other than what I've been hearing all along and from the beginning of this, which is that Malcolm Brogdon, a guy with his resume, a guy of his stature, he doesn't sign here unless he's not guaranteed, but has been told he's going to have a really good shot of making this team. So I do expect him to be on the final roster. Now Landry Shamet also has can claim a stake in a roster spot, but the Knicks would have to make a trade to create an open spot to make that happen. And listen, Garrison Matthews, I just got finished talking to him in the locker room. He told me he was told he has a real shot of making this. He has a chance of making this team. So that is what it was communicated to him. He signed an Exhibit 10 deal, but he said that there's no shot that he'd play in the G League. He wouldn't do that.
Oh, so doesn't want to play in the G League. Let me ask you this, because we've seen Brogdon play well. He looks like that steady hand. He's that other playmaker for the Knicks. We've seen Shamet show some pretty good defense. And then with Matthews, we've seen the shooting. Mm-hmm. This is a guy who can shoot really well. He shot very well from downtown in his career. What do the Knicks need most? Is it the playmaking of Brogdon? Is it the defense of Shamet with a bit of the shooting, or maybe the sharpshooting of Matthews? What do you think they need most?
I think when you look at the roster composition, you need another ball handler, which is why I lean towards Brogdon. I think that unless you think Tyler Kolek is ready, and Tyler actually had a pretty good second half. He played well. I think he boosted the team. Unless you think Tyler Kolek is ready, you do need another backup point guard, and that's where Malcolm Brogdon fits in.
All right, so let's get to Tyler Kolek. I want to talk about Tyler Kolek and Bondy before we close here, because they're the two young players for the Knicks that got a lot of extended minutes tonight. We saw Tyler Kolek team high, 20 points. He also had 6 dimes, no turnovers, shot 7 of 13 from the field. Dadier hit his first 2 threes here, 8.6 rebounds. What did you make of what we saw from both of them tonight, and do you think any of them can contribute to this Knicks roster this season?
I don't think either of them will be in the rotation unless barring injuries. But, like I said, Tyler did have a good second half here. I thought he brought some energy. Bacombe still struggles defensively. I think he gets lost in the schemes that they're trying to do. And we saw that again today. Mike Brown highlighted that as well. The thing about Bacombe that Tyler doesn't have is size and athletic potential in terms of, if you look at him and his wing potential and his wingspan and everything that you want from an NBA player, physically, Bondy has that, but he's still only 20 years old, and he's working through some things in terms of learning the game.
Yeah, we will see what happens with both of those Knicks young players. With Knicks, they lose this preseason game, 120-103. So the Wizards, we got one more to go before the regular season starts. That will be on Friday. There's a game against Charlotte. Steph Bondy, the great Knicks beat writer, will be there. So I will talk more to you then. Thanks, Steph.
Thank you.